Rayn, we've been on a fantastic run, but it's come to an end this evening at Lady Bay, a 42-27 defeat. I guess the overriding emotion is a huge amount of frustration after that one.
It was, but I think all credit to Nottingham. I think they played a hell of a game tonight. I thought they capitalised on our errors really, really well. I think they're a very well-drilled team, but on the flip side of that, I thought we could have been much better. I thought we conceded a few tries early on, and then we adjusted really well in the first half. I thought we tightened everything up, came back at them hard, worked really hard for each other, and then just second half we killed ourselves with a load of errors, a load of penalties, and I don't think we adjusted very well in the second half at all.
Yeah, from the first half, I think it was pretty much we score, they score, we score, they score. We went in 24-22 in front. It looked like we still had quite a lot in the tank in terms of we were the ones that were controlling the game. Seemed relatively comfortable when we were going forward, and we scored some good tries, but then it seemed to just unravel a bit in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think it was fatigue or fitness at all. We all feel pretty fresh. I'd love to know the penalty count, and I'd love to know the error count. Tries, it's unfortunate, we try and kick it through, it bounces up, they can run it 60 metres back and over our try line, intercept, those kind of things can kill momentum for us, and we just need to find a way to grip momentum back in a game, and I think this is a good lesson to learn early on in the season. Yeah,
kind of in the huddle earlier there, would you say this is potentially a bit of a reality check in terms of the fact that we've come away from home on a Friday night and come unstuck, and we were probably in a position to win that game, you'd have thought, at half time?
Yeah, definitely. 22-21 or 24-21 to us, or whatever it was, 24-22, so definitely playing the way we wanted to play. We don't want to get in a back and forth battle. I think we want to put teams away. I think we've had an interview about it before. When we score, we want to keep on top of them, exit well, and just our error count just killed us. I think we've got an amazing group of players. If we can just stick to our structures given to us, I think we can blow teams away.
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about, we obviously lost the momentum in that second half. It was kind of consecutive penalties that seemed to be killing us. How difficult is it to wrestle back that momentum, particularly when you're away from home, because we simply didn't get it back in that second half?
I think that's just a lesson for us to learn. If you're speaking technically, we felt every line-up was skew, so we were jumping across the line. I mean, we can adjust that by trying to jump straight and just hopefully get the ball, if not get it and disrupt that more. Scrums, we were giving them a bit too much on the hit, they weren't taking it as well as we thought, so the ref kept penalising us. If he's not going to give us that joy, we need to find another way. You're going to have to speak to Lunny and Corndog about that, and just generally, I think we killed ourselves with errors on the field. We know we're much better than that.
Yeah, we did actually score the first points of the second half. That drop goal, I think we extended our lead to about 5 points, but you kind of alluded to it there. It just seemed like it was kind of consecutive errors that were killing us in that last half an hour or so.
Yeah, I'd love to know the error count. I think we killed ourselves today, but as I said, great. All credit to Nottingham. I thought they ran everything. They played some of the rugby that we'd like to play against other teams, and I think we can learn lessons from this game. It's October. No season was won or lost in October, and we'll go again.
Yeah, you mentioned the kind of lessons learned. Let's not ignore it. It has been a fantastic winning run, 7 wins in a row, going back to the start of September. We still sit top of the league. It's probably a reality check, but we've got to look back at the last 7 weeks and be pretty proud of where we've come, I guess, with such a newly assembled squad as well.
Yeah, I don't know how many new players. We always speak about it. Lessons being learned every week. I think last week I thought we learned the lesson of putting teams away in the second half, and maybe just took a bit of a step back today. We got a break now where we can sort of reassess, have a little rest and rest the bodies up, and sort of have a hard look at ourselves, and we go back with Jersey in the first cup game, I think.
Yeah, a lot of people would say it'd be important to kind of train, but how important is it do you feel, for the squad to just take a little bit of time off now and kind of reflect?
Yeah, we had a tough pre-season because we knew we had Irish first up. We had a tough run of games. I mean, Dragons at home was a tough physical affair. We had Blackheath away, which was also quite tough, and then we had Quins, which is not to be sneezed at, and then straight into Irish. So rest and recuperate. I think it gives us a bit of perspective. It seems it's real hard sore now, but if we look at what we've done, we still might be top of the league, still might be just 3 points off or whatever, and then we can go again.
Yeah, once we come back, we got 6 weeks of the cup. Can we almost see that as a fresh starter? Looking to kind of get back on the horse again. Yeah,
definitely. We can reassess. I don't think it's 6 weeks of pure cup rugby, so there will be some rotation and boys will get a shot. and I think we can look at what we need to fix. It's a great opportunity. You know, it's not as risky as the league. You know, we're not losing standings or anything, and it's a nice, fresh platform to us to go for.
Wardy, it's been a fantastic run of form, but it's been ended this evening here in Nottingham. I imagine there's quite a lot of frustration that you feel after that one.
Yeah, I think the feeling right now is the run of form before that means nothing. You're only as good as your last game, and our guys have got to go away now with the break, and we've got to sort of, I guess, reflect on that, and we don't get an opportunity really to put that right until we play Jersey before Christmas now, back in the league. Yeah,
a few frank words in that huddle after. It's just a massive amount of frustration, I guess. We put ourselves in a good position at half-time, and then it just seemed to, from the sidelines, it just seemed to almost implode in front of our eyes, really. Too many individual errors, too many guys not doing the job that they're ultimately here for. And I hate to say it, but it looked like they wanted it a little bit more than us at times. Is that what hurts the most, do you think? The fact that we obviously got that drop goal at the start of the second half as well, went 5 points in front, and then from there Nottingham just rallied, and we seemed to just as I said before, it just kind of unravelled in front of us. Yeah, a little bit. I still think first half we coughed up too many easy tries. We had a kick charge down. Second half we had an interception. We then had restarts not going. We weren't winning the scraps on the floor, the 50-50s. Even the first couple of minutes of the game we were playing wide when we'd spoken about all week we were going to go through the middle of them. So I don't know. I think we were in a position at half time to win the game, but I think we'd given them an avenue into the game, and we'd already sort of pumped their tyres up, so to speak. Yeah, you kind of mentioned it there. We scored 3 tries in the first half, and actually when we had the ball in hand we looked relatively comfortable, but it just seemed to be kind of crazy little errors that saw Nottingham kind of break away and tries out of nowhere, and then before we know it they'd kind of run clear by the end of it. Yeah, just simply not good enough to win a game at this level. You can't make that many errors. Too many guys. I don't think the bench made a good enough impact this week either. Do you think it's potentially a bit of a reality check for the players? Would that be a bit harsh? I think that's something they need to look at themselves over the next week or so. It's not panic stations or anything like that. We've never won here. We know it's a tough place to come and win. We put ourselves in a position to win the game, but ultimately we didn't execute well enough. Obviously we've had those 7 wins, we're heading into a break now. Is that what makes it just a little bit more frustrating? As you kind of mentioned, we don't go back into the league until the end of December, so this one may just kind of hang over a little bit. I don't know if frustrating is the right word. I don't want to use that word. It's I look at it, we're a team that's evolving, but for the standards and we've clearly come out and said we would like to win the league, we would like to be near the top, and with that there's a target on our back. The guys have got to be able to step up to play. I'm not frustrated about that. I'm disappointed that they haven't risen their standards tonight and embraced that challenge that Nottingham put in front of us, and you're going to get that every week on the road. So and obviously now we head into the Cup, opportunity to put this behind us with 6 straight weeks of the Championship Cup. Obviously won the BNI last year, so I guess we'll look at it as kind of defending champions in a way, just to give us a fresh start and something to build on now. Yeah, well I think especially after the night, I'm sure there's lots of members of the squad that we licking their lips, looking forward to getting a run and putting their name in the hat for the next block of league games. For us, we'll treat the Cup, or take the Cup pretty seriously, and we'll look forward to getting back out there in a couple of weeks home to Jersey.